Hello, this is Minerva Isabel Gorey, mathematician and engineer. And today it's not going to be a fun video. It's going to be more mathematical, not engineering, more money or monetary. I do know a lot about money. I worked in finance for a very long time in aerospace and other industries. So I am an expert in that. I work with budgets. I work with task management and a lot of engineering processes. So if that's not the type of thing that you like, maybe this video is not for you. I don't have tea, I don't have cookies or anything like that, which is fun too. But I don't know, it's not a fun video. So if it is not on TikTok, if it is on Instagram, then just keep scrolling, it's fine. Maybe later I'll make a video with teas, not cookies maybe, I don't know what I'm gonna make. I've been thinking a lot on this type of thing, that the U.S. government sets policy and then there's money, laws and regulations, so not very fun stuff, very dry. So maybe I'll see you later today or maybe tomorrow. Or hello. And so then I think they're all scrolling away who don't want to hear this message. So we'll give them a little bit more. And so I wanted to tell you all that do follow me for this type of thing and do understand U.S. monetary policy, you understand investment banks, you understand the banking system, that I do know a lot about it. I am an expert in a lot of things that are money, and so I want to say that I have been given the whole go-ahead that I can talk about this again, and so here I am. So there's a lot of problems with money issues in the world and everywhere else, including this country, the United States. So I allude to it sometimes. I post the things that are going in U.S. Congress. I point to things that you need to be saving and having spending plans and being able to pay your bills, because we have problems with money, with supply chains, with the flow of money, the way we make goods, the way we import and export and things like that. So since I can talk about that and be serious now, I will be serious. I'm a very serious person, and I've talked about it before, but people don't believe it. So I said, okay, I'm going to be an Instagrammer, yay, and I'm going to dance, and I'm going to sing, and I'm going to be the girl that you want me to be, because I should be girling, not a mathematician, right? Right. Anyway, I am very well educated. I have a math degree and I have a master's degree in software engineering. And so I have given many lectures in corporate about money, about spending, and about telling people no, you cannot overspend. No, it doesn't make sense to stay on budget 5% or 5% less, above or less. You need to save always. You need to do things with quality, always with quality. And you have to stay on scope. Don't do any more work than the scope calls for. So if you have a contract, just do the work that is part of the contract. If the customer comes to you and tells you there's more that they would like, that doesn't mean we say, oh no, sorry, the contract doesn't have it. You say, well, we can talk about it, but maybe I'm not the right person to talk about it. I'm not in contracts, and I'm not supposed to talk to a customer about that. You can talk to the program manager, and they'll direct you maybe to business development, and then you can talk to contracts, and then you can get together and decide on the new details of the contract. So maybe you add more scope, maybe you will find out that there's not enough money for what you actually asked for, and it's new engineering, and so new engineering, there is waste, usually 20% of waste, because they're trying to find a new solution. So if you can't find a new solution and you're getting close, maybe if you're a customer, you decide to spend a little bit more. But finish those projects. Don't go for the new shiny object. Well, finish what is started if you believe in it. If not, then maybe you shouldn't be doing business with that company, or maybe you should go with the teams that are actually getting things done. So anyway, today I was reading up and researching the U.S. economy and looking at things. So I posted 3 Instagram post on that. So I find it very interesting to go look at what government is doing. So usually I point over to the U.S. Congress, and I tell you to go watch C-SPAN. So you can watch C-SPAN. It should be live on YouTube. I think there's a couple channels that also play those recordings, and so you can watch all our representatives from the House of Representatives and the Senate talk about issues. And the more interesting ones are always money. Everything leads back to money. So if you don't think it's money that they're talking about, then think again and have a second look. And if you don't understand, they're your representatives. They represent you in your communities. So go ask questions. Go email them. Go tell them if you go to their town halls, you want answers. You want answers. And where does the money lead to? So that's what I was talking about in giving you a schedule of what they were doing today. Actually, in the Federal Reserve. And so that's a little bit different than the U.S. Congress. So in the U.S. Congress, they have the House of Representatives, and the Senates are 2 Senates per state. And there are 50 states. There's 48 in the mainland, or the continental USA, and then there's 2 in Alaska and 2 in Hawaii. We do have Commonwealth and sort of, I don't want to say it, but okay, just Commonwealth. And so those are don't have representatives in the Senate. So I don't think I want to talk too much about that. But everything seems to start sort of in the House of Representatives, or else the Senate comes up with ideas, I guess, and sends it to the House, and they go back and forth. But it should come from the people, not exactly them. They should be in the communities asking questions, and the people demanding answers, demanding services, because we all pay taxes. Everything is taxed. Everything. Even if you don't work, you're paying taxes. You go buy food, you're paying taxes. You go buy groceries, they shouldn't be taxing you for groceries. They shouldn't be charging you for groceries. That it should be tax-free. But there's taxes somewhere in there. Someone paid taxes, so it is added to the food item, but not taxed again at the store. So if they are charging you taxes for groceries, you should say something, and they should stop. I have gone to grocery stores that actually charge for groceries taxes, and so you can look at it on your receipt, and you will know. So anyway, this video is getting very long, and I was going to talk about the U.S. economy, because I did put another Instagram post on finding out information about an introduction to the U.S. economy, and I find that very interesting. So anyway, this is Minerva Isabel Gorey, mathematician and expert in finance today, and I'm here to talk to you about that. This is very serious stuff. We need to know, and you need to go research and be informed. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.